Great to be back on pitch side and a huge congratulations to Pakistan. 2-0 से पाकिस्तान जो है जीत चुका है ये सीरीज़. So सबसे पहले तो बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो. Some wonderful performances overall आज देखने को मिली. एक बार फिर से 201 is the score that we were looking at. Sahibzada Farhan came in place of Fakhar Zaman and played that wonderful knock at the top. He's been given that opportunity and made the most of it. Remember, he had a great HBL, PSL as well. And uske baad we saw several performances. Hassan Nawaz once again scoring some runs and wickets column mein agar dekha jaye to Abrar Ahmed making some key inroads, and that's why we have him here with us on pitch side. Along with him, we've also got Bazid Khan. Abrar, thank you so much for joining us. बहुत बहुत पहले तो मुबारक हो 2-0 सीरीज़ जीतना. यही सवाल मैंने फ़हीम से भी किया था कि कितना इम्पोर्टेंट था. बहुत देर हो गई है T20 रैंकिंग्स में पाकिस्तान की टीम की रैंकिंग्स भी नीचे गई हैं. तो जस्ट इनिशियल थॉट्स ऑन विनिंग द सीरीज़.
सबसे पहले तो अल्लाह का शुक्र अदा करते हैं. ये विनिंग हमारे लिए बहुत ज़रूरी थी क्योंकि जिस तरह पीछे हम लोग क्रिकेट खेल रहे तो कोई इतनी अच्छी क्रिकेट नहीं हो रही थी, और जिस तरह हम लोग ने ये सीरीज़ विन की है तो क्रेडिट जाता है लड़कों को, टीम मैनेजमेंट को जाता है, हमारे लड़कों को जाता है और नए कप्तान को जाता है. बस ये कि सारे प्लेयर को उन्होंने जेल करके जो नई अप्रोच स्टार्ट की है उससे बहुत फ़ायदा हुआ है.
बॉलिंग का तो सवाल होगा ही. बॉलिंग बहुत अच्छी आपने की. और कैच का बताएं, वहाँ से लगता है ऐसे मैच बिल्कुल ही टर्न हो गया. कैच बहुत जालिम पकड़ा आपने.
माजिद भाई आप यकीन करें कुछ पता भी नहीं चला, इतना तेज शॉट और नया बॉल हो. आपको पता है कि विद इन सेकेंड ना इस उंगली की ना मैं PSL से आइसिंग कर रहा हूँ ना, ये सीधी उंगली की. तो वो जब कैच हुआ ना वो उंगली का दर्द मुझे बाद में पता चला. फिर मेरे पीछे कलाई पे भी दर्द हो रहा था. यानी वो पूरा हाथ को लग के वो मेरी कलाई को पीछे किया बॉल ने.
वो अच्छा है, बॉल तेज आए तो सही चिपक जाता है.
मगर इतना तेज भी ना है बासित भाई.
अच्छा, आपने कहा कि एक अपने जवाब में आपने कहा नई अप्रोच की बात की. तो क्या है वो नई अप्रोच जिसकी आप बात कर रहे हैं?
जो मुझे नज़र आई, जैसे सलमान अली आगा जो मिडल में आके खेलते हैं, और यानी जैसे हमारे एक दो अगर आउट भी होते तो वो मोमेंटम रुकता नहीं है. अगर आप दोनों मैचों में देखें तो वो कि यानी चार्ज करते रहते कि अगर हमारी पहली बैटिंग और जिस तरह नीचे आके हसन नवाज़ खेल रहे हैं, यानी उन्होंने मिल बांट के सबको बिठा के जो बात की है, यानी हमने अटैकिंग क्रिकेट खेलनी है जिससे फ़ायदा हो रहा है.
ठीक है. ये बताएं कि अपनी बॉलिंग पे थोड़ी सी आ जाते हैं. जब आपने यू वर ऑन अ हैट्रिक, जब आप आए तो आते साथ आपने बड़ी अच्छी एक जो चीज़ हमें बड़ी नज़र आती है, आप पेस को बहुत अच्छा इस्तेमाल करते हैं. तो पूछना ये था कि यहाँ की कंडीशंस में आपको भी खासा एक्सपीरियंस है, क्या करना चाहिए एज स्पिनर टू सक्सीड?
स्पिनर यही है कि पहले तो आप पिच को रीड करें कि वो क्या डिमांड मांग रही है. सम टाइम आपको थोड़ी स्लो करनी पड़ती है, सम टाइम पेस से बॉल करनी पड़ती है. और T20 में आप जितना टाइम ना दोगे मेरे अंदाजे से तो वो आपके लिए अच्छा रहेगा. बट मैं फिर भी थोड़ा थोड़ा जो है ना बीच में टाइम दे देता हूँ बैट्समैनों को, जिससे मुझे रन भी पड़ते सम टाइम. बट ये है कि पिच को रीड करके, क्योंकि पूरे PSL में खेला हूँ, यहाँ आखिरी 4-5 मैचेस तकरीबन यहाँ खेला हूँ, तो उससे भी थोड़ा अंदाज़ा हो गया कि पिच क्या डिमांड करती है.
ठीक है. और क्या डिमांड एग्जैक्टली क्या डिमांड करती है? आज की कंडीशंस डिफरेंट थी. कोई ये भी कहा जा रहा था कि PSL से थोड़ी सी डिफरेंट हैं ये कंडीशंस.
मैं जो बॉलिंग PSL में करता हुआ आ रहा, क्योंकि मुझे स्टम्प टू स्टम्प बॉलिंग करनी पड़ती है. सलमान अली आगा भी जो हमारे कप्तान है वो भी यही कहते हैं कि मैं आपको इसलिए लेके आता हूँ कि आपने स्कोर भी रोकना है और हमें आउट करके भी देना है.
मैं आपको बहुत देर से फॉलो कर रहा हूँ, आपको शायद पता नहीं है. मेरे काफ़ी जासूस हैं जो मुझे बताते रहते हैं वाइट बॉल क्रिकेट में आप हमेशा, ऐसा लगा था कि वाइट बॉल क्रिकेट में आप बहुत अच्छे बॉलर हैं, लेकिन इस दफ़ा जो पावर प्ले में आप बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं थोड़ी डिफरेंट कर रहे हैं. उसमें आपने खुद कहा थोड़ा फ्लाइट का ज़्यादा इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं.
बासित भाई अगर आप देखें ना, पावर प्ले अगर शुरू में 2-3 अगर आपके 2-3 ओवर में रन लगे हुए होते हो तो फिर आप थोड़ा मिक्स करते हो, फ्लाइट का इस्तेमाल भी करते हो कि यार एक आधी विकेट ले ले, ये मोमेंटम रोक दे. और सम टाइम आप बैट्समैनों को देखते हो कि यार इसने चार्ज ही करना है, तो फिर आप थोड़ी जैसे फ़खर जमान टाइप के प्लेयर हो तो फिर आपने थोड़ा खिंचे हुए लेंथ पे बॉल करनी पड़ती है. सम टाइम ऐसे प्लेयर आ जाते हैं, आपको खुद ही रीड करना पड़ता है कि यार ये प्लेयर किस टाइप का प्लेयर है और इसकी फेवरेट शॉट कहाँ की है. तो मैं वो सेव करके उसमें फ्लिपर टाइप की बॉलें भी कर लेता हूँ और एक आधी फ्लाइट भी दे देता हूँ.
ये बताएं कि ऐनक के बाद अब ये जो लुक है ये आपको ज़्यादा सूट कर रही है?
हाँ कुछ कुछ को एनक में सूट करते, कुछ को विदाउट एनक। अभी आप
आपको क्या,
बताइए।
आप बताएं।
हाँ मैं अच्छा फील करता हूँ क्योंकि एनक के साथ अगर बासित भाई आपने भी पहने हुए तो अगर आप लाइटों को देखते थोड़े रिफ्लेक्स लगते हैं लाइटें कोई आंखों पे,
पसीने का
तो
भी
ये
प्रॉब्लम
कि
होता
हाँ
पसीना भी
लेंस
आ
में,
जाता है।
हाँ लेंस में ज़्यादा बेहतर है।
सेलिब्रेशन स्टाइल वो वाला अभी तक टाइम है या कुछ चेंज हो गया?
हमारे कुछ बड़ों ने मना किया तो फिर मैंने छोड़ दिया।
अच्छा, बड़ों ने मना किया है।
हाँ
चलें कोई और नया ढूंढ लेते हैं फिर मेरे ख्याल से।
नया देखता हूँ अब, सोचा है
सोच
तो वो भी बहुत से लोगों को मुझे लगेगा बुरा लगेगा, यहाँ के नहीं बाहर के लोगों
बस
को।
चेंज करते रहना ना।
अच्छा चले चेंज करते रहूँगा।
कंफ्यूज करते जाओ सबको मेरा ख्याल है। बट एनीवे ऑन दैट वाज ऑन अ लाइटर नोट, बट थैंक यू सो मच आप फॉर योर टाइम एंड ऑब्वियसली ह्यूज कंग्रेचुलेशन सीरीज़ जीतने का। बहुत बहुत आप लोगों को मुबारक हो। पाकिस्तान के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी था कि वो जीतें और एक अच्छे पॉजिटिव नोट पे स्टार्ट करें। So on that note, we're just going to take a short break, and when we do come back, we've got plenty more, so don't go anywhere. Back on pitch side, and Pakistan has won this series 2-0. A great performance overall with the bat and the ball as well. And for Bangladesh perspective, obviously lots to think about and lots to reflect on. There were a lot of areas that were spoken about in the pre-show where they perhaps need to improve, and some of the problems have been lingering in this T20 match as well. So I've got with me Amir Sohail and Athar Ali Khan. Amir, a great result for Pakistan. They started the series well and they've managed to win the series now. And in particular, it was great to see somebody like Sahibzada Farhan shine at the top, given an opportunity, considering Fakhr was injured.
Look, making a comeback is never easy. And he was making his comeback, and since he was enjoying good run of form, there was no fear in his batting. He came with all the positivity in the world, and whenever he decided to hit the ball, there was certainty. And that's why he looked impressive and won man of the match as well.
Absolutely. Bangladesh, in response to that 201, started off well. The first 3 or 4 overs definitely went their way, but just reiterating your point again, where you said that they haven't been able to carry on those partnerships, is that a glaring issue then?
It is an issue. It is an issue that will also give the team management and the players to ponder upon, because if you do this on a consistent basis, we can understand, or people will understand that maybe you have an off day. But if you keep on doing it on a regular basis, then it's a serious issue. I mean, I would like to add one more thing, because if you look at the Pakistan fielding, I thought they were brilliant. They took the catches, and the ground field was brilliant. But when Bangladesh were fielding, when Pakistan were batting initially, Sahibzada went on to score, 74 or 41, but he was dropped not once, not twice, but thrice. Difficult chances, but in these situations, you got to grab those chances. If you don't, then you pay a big price. And when you see an opposition scoring 200 plus runs, that's the first one. I mean, that is the very first over from Mehdi Hassan Miraj. That's the second one. These are not easy chances, but there was an opportunity. But how about this one? That should have been taken. So if you drop that many catches in a T20 format, it's so difficult for a team to make a comeback. That is the whole issue. Yes, coming back to the batting, obviously Tanzil Hassan Tamim, in the last 4 matches, he's had a brilliant start. 30s, 34, 40s and a 50 against the UAE in quick time. But the problem is he gets out. So that has been an issue. This has to be addressed as quickly as possible. They still have one more match to play, and hopefully one of them from the top of the order can give a better dividend in terms of batting. Otherwise, it's going to be a one-sided affair one more time.
If I'm in the Bangladeshi camp, my major concern is that these players are brought up on turning tracks, and they've shown their inability against the spinners. When it comes to fast bowlers, they dealt with Haris Rauf's pace quite easily. Yes, they had struggles against swinging ball, but my major concern would have been, why aren't we playing better cricket against the spinners? That's where they have to improve upon.
Speaking of spinners, there's one spinner that really sort of was shining today for Pakistan. Abrar Ahmed has been doing really well in the T20 format for Pakistan. What do you think about him as an addition to that lineup in the last few years that we've had him?
You know, what I saw of Abrar today, he was a different bowler. You know, he was doing a holding job. He was doing it fantastically. But tonight, I should say this evening, he was not only using his repertoire, he was bowling those googlies, he was bowling those flippers, he was actually flighting the ball. He was not concerned about getting hit for sixes and all that. He was thinking about wickets, and that's why he was able to pick up 3 wickets. And I think that's the best way for him to move forward. In the middle overs, if he keeps on picking up wickets for Pakistan, let me tell you, Pakistan will be a very difficult team to beat.
Losing Shariful early on, of course, you know, lots of things happened, but just in terms of his importance, losing him was a big blow for Bangladesh.
It was, certainly it was, because we saw him how he bowled in that first match. He got the ball to swing back into the right-handers, and he always was asking questions whenever he come. Look at these lengths that he bowled, and that's where he got himself injured. He pulled up his groin, and he just couldn't come back and bowl the rest of the overs. But having said that, you will also need to find, if you have an injury, and you need to have other options. They got away with Shamim Hussain. Remember, a part-time spinner who bowled well in the first T20 International. He bowled decently here also. But if you lose someone of nature of Shariful Islam, who's not only bowled in the right areas, but also capable to pick up early wickets, that's where it hurt them. If you don't pick up early wickets, then you're facing a really daunting task. Remember, dropping catches doesn't really help us out in the middle.
And then you've got somebody like Hassan Nawaz, you know. Again, there's so much talk and conjecture around him, but he's opened. He's opened on. We've seen him, and he's spoken about it as well, that he's opened in domestic, and the fact that he was considered an opener. But then we saw him in the PSL coming 2 down, and you know, he seems quite comfortable floating around that batting order.
I think he feels at home, and that's his place. And the other thing we spoke about him, that he has learned how to evolve as a batter and how to craft an innings. You know, it was all about hitting the ball out of the park for him when he made his debut for Pakistan, but he learned very quickly that in cricket you need to learn how to score singles. There are lull periods, and you have to deal with it as a batter. So he has learned that, and now what to see from him is consistency, which was lacking, and that augurs well for Pakistan.
From a leadership perspective as well, you know, just looking ahead into that third T20 International, I mean, what is Bangladesh now looking at? They've lost the series, but obviously there's pride to play for. Still got a game.
It's still a lot to play for. Because of the fact that they know that they've lost the first 2 matches, but even it is a 3-match series, and if they can somehow manage to win the last match, they can feel a little bit better. I think someone has put his hand up and shown what needs to be done. I'm talking about Tanzim Hassan Shakib, who picked up a couple of wickets when he came down to bowl. He bowled 4 overs, picked up 2 for 36, and coming back at number 9, to bat at number 9, to score a 50, his first T20 International 50 under these circumstances, says a lot about him, because he's fought alone, a lone fight in the middle for the Tigers. So there has to be some sort of a partnership, and also among others where they can add a little bit more flavor in terms of batting and bowling. If someone who can bat at number 9 can pick up a 50, why not at the top order? Tanzim Hassan Tamim getting starts and not converting those starts, or capitalizing to ensure that he goes on to bat for a longer period of time. And that's the area where they need to concentrate a little bit more. And if they can get it right, they've got to ensure that they bat well, because this is beautiful pitch to bat on.
Absolutely, and that's something that their captain touched upon as well, the fact that these are batting conditions and they should be able to score runs. So plenty to think about from their perspective. Pakistan will obviously be looking for that 3-0, 3-0 score line is what whitewash is what we're talking about. We'll take a short break, and when we do come back, we'll be having a closer look at what lies ahead. Back on pitch side, well, we've got these Bangladeshi boys in tandem. It's been quite a dive towards that boundary line. You've got to say they were unsuccessful in stopping that ball, but parallel to each other. So you've got to applaud them for that effort there, because it looked really good, or the visuals looked really good. And what we need is a bit of win as well. Apart from that, there's a lot of synchronization, Atal, which is happening on the field, on the boundary line. But what we need is actual synchronization in terms of effort. And they have an opportunity. Are you looking at any kind of changes for the last T20?
Well, the only thing that comes to my mind is Shariful Islam, whether he's 100% when they come on in a couple of days' time. And if he's not, that there's an option to bring in another seamer. Khalid Ahmad is available for selection. There is Mahdi Hassan, who was not picked up in for tonight's match. So maybe Khalid Ahmad in place of Shariful Islam if he's not fit, because I think it's the batting. So you don't want to really look at what happened tonight, because it was Abrar Ahmad who did the damage when he picked up 2 wickets in his very first over and was on a hat-trick. So they need to handle the spinners better, as Amir Sohail pointed out rightly. And if they can handle the spinners better, then there might be an opportunity for them to score a few runs. Perhaps win toss and bat first.
All right, so he hasn't been very successful in winning the tosses as well, has he? But from a Pakistan perspective, do you think perhaps it's a chance to give some of the bench a chance to have a go at, because obviously they've won the series now?
I think your spinners have done a grand job. And what you need to do is bring in a frontline fast bowler in your lineup. I think if you are competing against stronger or number 1 or number 2 sides in the world in this format, you need to have a very balanced bowling attack. You need to have a couple of pacers who can actually put you under pressure as a batter. So I would like to see Naseem Shah getting an opportunity. And if there is another fast bowler, I think Afridi is there as well. So he should be given a gig. I would like to see these 2 players actually getting a gig.
All right, so just looking at the overall balance is what Amir is talking about. But like I said, the action doesn't end here, because we've still got one more T20 international for you, which is going to be very much from Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore. That's going to be on the 1st of June at 7:25 p.m. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your thoughts. Always great to have you guys on pitch side. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed today's coverage. Pakistan has won the series 2-0, but we've still got one more T20 left, and we'll be seeing you then. So until that day, it's goodbye.